Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dominions 4 Multiplayer Showdown, episode 24, turn 35. My name is Sabouts with the Ashen Empire. Let's begin. We've got our lictors here, and our behemoth that we've summoned. We're going to take a look at that in a little bit. We also actually managed to catch a scout from the... Oh, no. Our scout was captured from the forces of man, which... it's kind of a bummer because I don't have a whole lot of scouts. But with that being said, we can take a look at man's army right now, which is kind of a big deal. So let's see what we've got. We've got a commander, we've got some monks. They're sacred, divine insight. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. And a research ability of 3. Daughters of Avalon. They're a nature mage. They come with a random magic skill research ability 9. Okay. Wait, what is this? Oh, they give a supply bonus. That's pretty important to know. There's 2 of them there. We've got an alchemist. A little bit of magic here. Research. Exceptionally good at converting magic gems to gold using magic rituals. That's pretty cool. Adventurer. Okay. Some wise men. Etten King. Wow. That's pretty awesome. A lot of longbowmen. Knights of Avalon. Only a few. Okay, longbowman though, 89, that's pretty deadly. Longbowman got some pretty great range, and they're actually fairly decent units. I'm wondering if he's using fire arrows. Did we see somebody here? The alchemist, fire mage level 1, but that wouldn't be enough. I don't see fire, I believe it's 4, so we know that that's not happening. Okay, well that's... we could actually watch this if we wanted to. We might as well. Okay. Aim, iron skin, blessing. Yeah, lots of longbowmen, but other than that, nothing really... tower guard. Nothing really that crazy. I want to see the Etten King. He's undisciplined gluttony, so he consumes more supplies. Force survival, mountain survival, ambidextrous. Reduces skill penalty when wielding 2 or more weapons. Okay, he's wielding dual spiked clubs. Furs gives a 7 protection, -1 defense, encumbrance. Okay. His commander is right up in the front, I believe. Can't. Surrounded by archer. Oh, this must be province defense. Okay, yeah, because I think his other commander's back here. Yep. Okay. And the knights are about what you would expect. Unit heals afflictions. Okay. Okay, yeah, those longbowmen pretty deadly. Alright. And that was right up here. So we lost that scout. We don't really know what's going on there, but we do have this scout here sort of giving us some information. Okay, so I've went ahead, and let me get the first thing out of the way. I went ahead and communicated with some of the other players, but I haven't heard back from most of them for one reason or another. It's hard to say. But Agartha has not gotten back to me yet. Vanheim and me have somewhat chatted, but there wasn't really much to be said. We just discussed basically their war is over with Agartha. At least that's what they've told me. Just to clarify that, I actually also reached out to Tortuga, who also said that Vanheim and Agartha's war and Ulm was over. He said that they had conducted a white peace. Well, I guess all of you guys are going to know this, but it's important for me to tell you what I'm hearing, because that way you guys can make the, you guys will know whether or not I guess you'll know what's going on. So you'll be able to see the game kind of from my point of view, because you guys have insight. I don't, because you can watch all the other people's videos. But yeah, Tortuga told me that they had declared or made a white peace. It was kind of a stalemate, I guess. Very similar to how Vanheim and me sort of made a white peace, which we needed to do. So here's what I've heard, though. Tortuga did warn me about some things, which I found very interesting. The first thing he said was that Vanheim has 5 points worth of thrones, which is a problem. He also told me that Vanheim is only 2 provinces away from the T3 throne. So a throne that is worth 3 points. He said the throne is currently guarded by independents and nobody has it. I don't know where the throne is. I just know that it's 2 provinces from Vanheim's border. I assume it must be here, or it must be, I don't think it's this one. It could be. I'd have to get a scout down there to see, but I'm kind of assuming it's maybe this one. There's a couple down here, though. It's in Garthan territory, but there's this one here. So I don't know which one it is. He also told me that Ulm has a throne. Now, where is Ulm? They're right here. No. They're right here somewheres. Okay, here's maybe what happened. He told me Ulm also has a throne that is maybe a province away or 2 provinces, I'm not sure, away from Vanheim, and that Vanheim is not declared war on Ulm, and they're technically allies, but that Ulm is concerned because Vanheim is building forces up near the border. Now, here's what I think is going to happen. For those of you that stuck around and watched the first series with just me, Das, Dwarf Comic, and Wadestar, that first series, Dwarf Comic had pulled a pretty excellent move, because within like one turn, he pretty much managed to grab like 2 thrones really quick and secure a victory. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Vanheim was planning to do the same thing, and I think that's what's happening right now. I think he's building his forces up, and he's going to try to make a quick grab for the 2 thrones. If he does that, he wins the game, which means he won't have to worry about his forces being stationed on his borders to defend himself, because the game will be over. So if he can play buddy-buddy with everybody around him, build all his forces up next to these provinces with the thrones, and then make a mad dash in 2 turns to get these thrones, then he'll win the game. So it doesn't matter if he has no forces here, because the game will be over. And that makes sense to me. And Tortuga told me about this, and he warned me about it, and I think we're going to have to do something about it. That would explain why Vanheim is being somewhat buddy with me. They've also been kind of weird. Wadestar's been kind of trying to get me to poke Shanu here. He keeps trying to get me to go to war with him. And I really do honestly think that Vanheim is going to try to pull a Dwarf Comic and secure a really fast blitzkrieg, lightning quick victory. Which makes sense, because I would do it the same way. It's pretty much how I win on like board games like Risk, you know. If you get to the last turn, you be the last person to play. You don't have to defend your borders. You just take as many provinces as you can, and for him, he's going to take the thrones, and then he gets a victory, regardless of whether his borders are defended. It doesn't matter. The game's over. So we got to do something about it. Now, how many turns is that going to take? I don't know. But we've got to make some type of effort. Now, we're moving forces out and about now, getting everything stationed. Here's what I've gone and done. I've messaged Tortuga, and I haven't heard back from him yet, but basically telling him, okay, I'm willing to work with you if you think Vanheim's a threat. Now, Tortuga could be lying to me, which wouldn't be surprising. I feel like Tortuga is definitely a filthy, filthy liar. No, he could be lying to me. It's very possible, but I kind of trust his advice, because from what little bit of intel I can gather, and I have a lot more information on Tortuga than I do on anybody else, I know Tortuga's got this throne. I know he's going to probably get this one if I don't hear back from Agartha in time. He's probably got this one. He might have this one, but maybe not even. Either way, he told me he's got 5 points, but he's nowhere near the thrones he needs to get the other points for victory. And he's blatantly told me that he feels in his mind he has no reason to destroy me because it would just be a waste of his resources. And I would definitely be able to, like, it'd be a grinding battle, just be a huge stalemate. So he feels like there's nothing he could really do about it. And that it would just be him throwing away his armies for no purpose because I don't have any thrones. I've got nothing anybody can really gain as of now, other than wiping me out and getting these provinces to kind of build back up because, you know, my dominion in them really damaged them. But other than that, there's nothing to gain. So he feels that way, and he feels like we even though he says he doesn't want to be an ally, he feels like there's a way for us to kind of coexist, maybe work together to take out Vanheim. So that's the beginning of this turn, just talking about what's going on right now in the diplomacy world and where I stand and where my thoughts are on all of that. Now, if we did declare war on Vanheim, obviously I would have to come right through here. This is the only accessible route I have unless I was to go through Agartha. So it's good that I'm keeping this kind of open. I've already sort of expressed my distaste for Vanheim having a direct route straight to my capital. I don't think he can really do anything with it anyways. But yeah, he's also keeping a single priest here, which I find interesting. I imagine it's just to kind of keep information flowing around here, and so that nobody can kind of just walk in here and take it with a scout, which is something I would like to do. I also think this throne's somewhat rightfully mine, as well as this one, and I really would like to get them. But Tortuga's already told me that he's got his eye on these provinces, so whether or not I can get them is going to be hard to tell. It just depends on how fast Agartha gets back to me. But now with me and Tortuga sort of talking more in the alliance standpoint, maybe it won't happen. Maybe me and him will work something out instead, and we can move from there. Okay, let's go ahead and get these forces all moved out and about. That is definitely... Oop, you were in the wrong slot, my friend. That's definitely next on the list, is just getting all of these moved. Lots of soulless here, which I'm all good for. Lots of mindless units, which you can never have too many mindless. Okay, we did get... That's not what I wanted. We did get the Behemoth. Let's take a look. So hit points 104. That's awesome. Good protection. Good magic resistance. Morale. Strength, very good. Encumbrance, obviously 0. Defense skill 6. Yeah, and he's got his tusks. So nothing, you know, super crazy, but... Poor amphibian. Does have fear there, though. Cold resistance, undead, lifeless, poison resistance. The biggest thing I wanted to get him is, he does have dark vision, which is kind of cool. I guess the undead do. But he's got trample, and this is a pretty big deal because if I get a bunch of these and put them up in the front, not only are they going to absorb the initial attack from enemy forces, because they got a lot of hit points, so they'll be able to kind of absorb that damage whilst javelins are getting tossed and my undead are starting to swarm and flank. If they get in there and get a good trample in, that could really help. So kind of throwing a few of these on the table I think is a really good idea, and we're going to get those prepped and ready to go. Now let's go ahead and move some forces around here. I do see I appear to be missing a lot of lictors. What happened there? I know I moved some. I don't remember... What am I looking at? I don't remember moving that many like that. How did that happen? Okay, I clearly moved the wrong guy or something. What did I don't remember what I did here. Why does something look off? I didn't... Okay, maybe I did move that many lictors. If I did, that was an accident. This guy was supposed to move, not the other guy. And why all the lictors... Oh, I remember taking them off now. That's right. I remember what I did. But I totally did this wrong. I did this wrong. I do remember what I did, though. Because I wanted him to start building the fortress. I remember that now. And I just threw these down in here for now. Once he built it. But I still find it odd that I took that many. I feel like I didn't mean to take that many. Well, that's okay though. Okay, I can't get this army built up anymore, but that's fine because I would rather do this anyways. And then grab up. Nope. These. Nope. Boy. Try that again. Sometimes it's tricky. See how there, I gotta like get the right spot for these. There we go. Okay, that gives me a good force there. Well, a good amount of lictors. These guys, we're going to hold off. I need another general unit. I've got this sensor here, so we could probably use him, but I want to take a lot of these lictors. That's right, I moved the bulk of lictors here because I was going to make a pretty big move. That's why I did that, but I wasn't going to do it now. But this is still a pretty well-defended province once I set up another fortress. This is a good spot for another fortress, but while we're continuing to build the fortress, we can leave these lictors here for now. I already told Tortuga that I would be a few turns anyways before I was ready to make any big moves. I've got to get my forces somewhat moving out and about. So let's grab Venom Spew and move him here because he can grab up some of those lictors for us. And these units here, we can move them here so we can continue to build up those armies. Who else? Obviously, Heartless the Divine Mummy's the kind of guy I should take with me. We can start building this guy's army up because it helps. There we go. So we'll start getting another army built. I got 304 in my treasury. I'd like to get some more scouts if we can. Where can I? One of these places I can recruit scouts. Here we go. 25 gold. We are going to spend the gold as much as I hate to spend all that gold. But as of now, we're not anywhere near getting another fortress built in. We're going to be a little ways before we are. So with that being said, we'll just spend the gold on getting a few more scouts because information's pretty important to us right now. Now that this whole situation's changed, we're going to move this scout down into Gartha territory and take a peek down there. Once I get more scouts up, we'll send one up north this way, get a better idea with what Vanheim's doing. We'll just send scouts all over the place. We'll try to send one. Actually, the first scout I get, I'm going to send down this way so we can get an idea what's going on there. Okay, let's definitely keep lictors coming. They're going to be more and more important as... No, that's not what I want you guys to do. They're going to be more and more important as time moves on. That leaves us 12 left over. Which means you can research because you are here. And you can get me another behemoth. I want to get a couple of those. I want to get 3 or 4 of them. I think that'd be awesome to get a handful of those. And for research, we are going to have ourselves some enchantment level 5. So Pale Rider and Horde of Skeletons, which will help a lot. As for everything else, do I push for level 6? Or do I try to go for something else? Dust to dust. Okay, decay. And those are the only really good ones until I got down to level 4. Then I've got Terror, which is pretty good. And then Burden of Time down to level 5, but we already know that doesn't help. Conjuration, we did work on this a little bit. We got all the way down the Lictorian Guard. Some Shade Beasts. I'm just looking to see what else there is. Ethergate. That would be pretty cool. But we don't have that much astral. Victorian Legion. I've looked at these before, but I constantly keep looking at them because I'm just trying to get an idea for what we're looking at here. Yeah, nothing here really useful. So yeah, I mean, you might as well just push right towards enchantment level 5 or 6. I mean, then we're looking at Morian Legion, which I've mentioned. Rigor Mortis is all right. The Ziz is pretty good too. I don't know. Half tempted to go for conjuration. Like this would be really good. They will probably not attack the caster at the start of the battle. Shade Beasts, yeah, we looked at those. Ghost Grip. Not really great. The Bane Lord, but Wraith Lord. Let's just get that next enchantment level and we'll discuss it after that. We've got everything set up and ready to go. These are just going to sit here and keep defending for now as we build our as we go ahead and build our forces up. We'll move this Mound King over here so we can keep gathering our forces and shuffling them out and about. Everybody's pretty much set here. I'm half tempted. I could move Banewood here. It kind of makes sense. We can get him here and he can start grabbing up some of these forces, right? I wonder if I want to take Heartless the Divine Mummy with me instead. You know what? Yeah, why don't you just defend here? Heartless can come with me. He can hold a lot of units. And he's pretty good. I just hate to leave my complete northern border undefended. I don't really... I trust... Well, I shouldn't trust Tortuga, but I imagine he wouldn't... Well, he would, but... I don't think that he's gonna... I think he's serious about Vanheim, because I've had that feeling for a little bit now. Defending, he's moving, okay. Yeah, I really think he's serious about that. Is there any good? It's not really worth. Yeah, we got those scouts coming. Fortress is still 4 months, so 4 turns away. A lot can happen in 4 turns. I wish Agartha would get back to me. And I wish I knew what I could do here. But we'll get scouts out and we'll get better details there. I'm gonna have a massive force on my capital in a second here. But once these guys get over here, I'll fill both these armies right up. I'll throw a bunch of... I'll take these guys probably off. And I'll throw a bunch of... lictors with my lich. And then I'll take these guys off and I'll put them with someone else, maybe Heartless. Plague Soul. Go ahead and you move those forces there too. Yeah, so we're getting ready to go. I definitely want these, if anything. If I take this throne, then that'll pretty much just completely offset Vanheim's plans, and we'll see where things go from there. Okay, so I'm going to leave it off here. I think I'm in an alright spot. I'm going to see what everybody says. I'm going to see what Agartha says. I'm going to see what Tortuga sends me back. And we'll see what Vanheim does over the next few turns. And we'll wait it out, and we'll see. We'll plot and plan our next move. So, alright, that is it. Thank you guys for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you next time.